everybody's doing well. This is a trade I took today on Coca-Cola Company, KO, ticker symbol. This is the 5-minute, and this is what I was looking at when I got in. And I got in at 6:45, and I was out by, I believe it was 7:22. I did an options put because I saw that this was tanking. And before I got into the trade, I was actually looking at, again, always go back out and see what is happening here. Okay, looking at the monthly, what we see here is this big red candle happening. I've got my arrow stuck right here, so just kind of ignore it. So this red candle, we see it broke below the previous month's candle. So the break was here. So it's actually, if we look at the daily and see what happened, probably would have been a good idea to get into this thing a couple days ago when we finally broke under this green candle, if you can see this here. And then, of course, what happened today. But let me go back to the 5-minute, what I was trading on. Usually don't get into anything so short. I'll look at something a little longer, 15-minute, kind of that thing. But this thing was trending down. I mean, I didn't have to wait for too much confirmation to see exactly what was happening here, as we'll see here. But again, this is the beginning of the day, the first candle at the bell, and then we see it dumped in the second, but it didn't quite did not break under the first candle as much. So I was kind of waiting to see what would happen, get some confirmation, and then there we had it. I should have actually got in right around here below this bottom wick, but I think I got sidetracked doing something and wasn't able to get in here, but actually was able to get in here at 6:45 a.m. This Pacific time. That's when the bell starts here at 6:30. So I took it and then I wrote it down to here, and then again, this kind of caught my attention that it was possibly time to get out. Probably up around $50 at this time on that one option. It was a $51 strike. I think I got in at 47, and then I was out at 83 or something like that. But it was a good, almost a one bagger, almost doubled my money on a quick little put there. But I was looking at this as it was going up. The next two 5-minute candles went up. And I was kind of, okay, I had a mental stop here at the top of this. If the trend would have continued up and beyond this, I would have gotten out of the trade. But it didn't, and it did exactly what I thought it was going to do, and head south, and it did. And then there was a little push there. So then I was like, okay, profit's good enough, I'm out. Don't get greedy. You're going to sit there and hang on to something here. And then by the time you get here, of course, with time expiration on options happening, by the time it got here, I'd have been so far out of what I got in, it would have been a loss, and I would have been angry and been fighting because of greed would have made me stay in. But again, it's a marathon. Base hits wins games. Don't go for the fences unless that ball is being thrown right down the pike and you know you're going to hit it out of the park. Then do it. But this wasn't a grand slam. It could have been a home run if I got it earlier, but it was a good little base hit, almost a one bagger, almost doubled my money, so good enough. So again, knowing what you're doing, knowing what you're seeing happen, and getting the right mentality gives you confidence, and then you can control your emotions. Again, it's all about managing emotions and not being greedy and not being fearful. Greed will kill you as well. If I would have been a greedy animal and wanted to stay in, this thing's going to go down to here to 49, 41, for example, I'm going to make $400 or whatever. That's the voices in your head you don't need to be listening to. You need to just be seeing what's happening before you. And then, of course, you're up in money and you're doing fine. In the trade, move on. Don't hang on to anything too long because you think it's going to continue on. But again, what I saw here was this first green candle, which if it was followed by another green candle would have shown me that there was a reversal coming. But this was enough for me to see that there was a possible move, a possible sell-off, people selling and getting out of their puts or getting out of their short position, and we saw a little bump up. But overall, the whole day, it's what do we see? What do we see this whole day? Like I said, it was just a down day the whole way, but you can see where I got out and you can see where I got in about this range here. So yeah, I missed it earlier. I should have got in earlier, but I didn't. I was sidetracked doing other things. So hey, you can't win them all. Every day is not a home run. Today was a good base hit, almost double my money, and it was really good. Let's look at the P&L real quick. Well, you see here it was a 51 strike price put on Coke. This was today. I got in at 47 and I got out at 80. So what is that? $33 or something like that in what do we have, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. Good enough. It's not about it is about how much you make, but if you're only putting in $47 and you're making 80, that's good. I've almost, like I said again, it was almost a one bagger. If it would have went up to 94, I would have doubled my money. But it's good enough. It's good enough. So you're done for the day. Good enough. Should I have bought in 5 contracts? Yeah, I should have bought 10 contracts. But I didn't. I saw this. I just threw this out. It was just a one contract. Good enough. Another positive day. Remember, base hits wins games. That's what your mentality has to be. All right, so have a good day and continue trading, continue learning. Good luck out there.